In the NBA season, you hear the bang calls from Mike Breen, then you know that everything is in place for NBA season. I mean, preseason is ongoing, training camps are ongoing, and things are wrapping up and ramping up. Minutes are trying to get into top shape for the NBA season. Today, we are talking about the Eastern Conference, the trades, the player ins and outs, and how things will shape up and how teams are going to fall in place for the NBA season. My name is Daniel Ejebwede, and today I've been joined by Bobby, a sports enthusiast, a sports analyst who has really great interest when it comes to basketball, football, NFL, anything sports, but his love is basketball, football, and NFL. And Bobby will be doing justice to that. Before I come to Bobby, remember to subscribe to the channel. Make us #1, Neoflix on YouTube, of course, Instagram, X, Facebook. Everything is Neoflix. You don't need to change anything. Neoflix will serve you better when it comes to sports, everything related to sports. Today we are talking NBA, National Basketball Association, and yes, I mean, my man Bobby is in the building. Great for that year.
Thank you for having me.
Nice. Nice to have you in my studio today. Let's talk Eastern Conference. I mean, before I even go that, which team do you support in the NBA?
Well, I'm a Bulls fan.
Chicago, so you're an OG, Michael Jordan.
Yes,
okay,
but
so
I'm also a LeBron fan, so I support wherever LeBron is.
Okay, good.
I know people cook me for that, but that's fine.
Yes, because they can't understand why you will support maybe Kotoko and have a soft spot for House.
Yes.
It's like that. So I'm also a San Antonio Spurs fan, but I mean, I grew up in that era. Pop's era.
It makes sense.
Yes, but I mean, obviously, I'm a LeBron James fan. I mean, Spurs, we are rebuilding. We'll get there. So today we are doing Eastern Conference. Let's talk first. Let's start first with Boston Celtics. Celtics have retained their core from Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Jrue Holiday, Kristaps Porzingis, and of course Derek White. Do you see Boston Celtics defending their championship?
Yes, I mean, I think that for every or any defending champions, the most important thing is continuity. You know, having the same group of people or the same core of the team returning is fantastic, because once you've gone over the hump once, you have the experience, you have the knowledge, you have the know-how, and it's easier to do it again. You know, for some time now we've not had a repeat champion in the NBA, and I think that the Boston Celtics have the best chance to be able to repeat. You know, Jason Tatum coming back, Jaylen Brown, all the guys, you know, Derek White and Jrue Holiday showing up in the Olympics. I think they will bring that, you know, international experience as well to bear in this season. I believe strongly that they have the best chance. I think they are the best starting five in the league, and they have a good chance of repeating. Obviously, health permitting and other things, but I think as things stand now, they have the best chance of repeating.
For me, what has been impressive about the Boston Celtics is you had Brad Stevens, who coached them for 7 to 8 seasons. All of a sudden, steps down, become a chief executive or the main boss, calling the shots at the top, and then he entrusted the throne to a 37-year-old Joe Mazzulla, who virtually had less experience in the NBA. But I mean, won his first chip. What do you make of Joe Mazzulla?
You know, Joe is a pleasant surprise for all NBA fans. You know, because coming in as a young coach, I think the most difficult thing to do is getting the players to gel. You know, you have superstars in Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum who are making big money, who have big names. You know, it's sometimes hard to get them to be on the same page. You know, there've always been rumors about conflicts between Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. So to be able to bring the guys together, get them to buy in, you know, put in the work, and also show out on the court to win the championship for the Celtics. I mean, that's amazing for Joe Mazzulla. I mean, the great Pep Guardiola was seeing him, helping him draw up plays and all those things. And he has a sharp mind for the game, and it was obvious and evident in the championship run. So we're all happy for Joe Mazzulla. We're surprised, but now he's here to stay, and he's an elite coach at the NBA level.
For me, I think the chips are falling in place for Joe Mazzulla. If you ask me why, if you have Jaylen Brown, who was Finals MVP, snapped for the Olympic roster. If you have Jason Tatum, who had 2 or 3 DMPs in the Olympics, I think they are coming back with some vengeance or
something.
A chip on their shoulder.
Absolutely. I agree with you. I agree with you on that point. Yes, I think that it will be a motivating factor for them, coming into this season to really show and prove to the world that they deserve to. I mean, for Jaylen Brown, he deserved to be on the team, and for Jason Tatum, he deserved to have a starting role. And I believe that it will be a tremendous show in Boston. Trying to prove to the world that yes, they are really top tier A1 stars who deserve their place on the Olympic team.
Let's move to Philly. Philly off-season acquired PG in a blockbuster trade. They have Joel Embiid, extended Tyrese Maxey. They have virtually, people believe that they could be gunning for the throne in terms of the Eastern Conference. What do you make of Philly?
Philadelphia is in a good place. I would say, getting playoff P. I mean, obviously that name is controversial because he's had some meltdowns, as a Clipper. He had a few games, here and there, hitting the side of the backboard, in the bubble and all that. But, remember in his Indiana Pacers days, he was going toe-to-toe, with LeBron James' Miami Heat. So he does have some pedigree, in the playoffs, coming to join Joel Embiid and the young lad Tyrese Maxey. I believe that they have a good chance, but everything depends on Joel Embiid's health. How healthy is Joel going to be? How consistent and reliable is he going to be? How regular is he going to be? Once Joel has the health and is fit, let's say even 90% fit, maybe not 100%, but he's 90% fit. I believe that this team is best placed to topple the Boston Celtics. I think that they'll still have, they have their work cut out for them in terms of building chemistry and finding the right place in the right moments. But the Philadelphia 76ers, as currently constructed, they have the best chance of toppling the Boston Celtics, in my opinion.
I mean, a lot of people have talked about their roster. If you have, they added Caleb Martin from Miami Heat. You try and get. There's this guy, KJ Martin.
Yeah.
One guy they had, which I think it will help their roster as well. They brought Kyle Lowry.
I mean, they have a good squad.
Kelly Oubre.
Yes. Kelly Oubre played well last year in the playoff, athletic wing. He brought a lot to the table last year, and I believe that this year, he'll be even better for the Philadelphia 76ers. I mean, they have a good starting five with Paul George, Maxey, and obviously the big man himself, Joel Embiid, the 7-footer. If he's able to stay healthy and stay on the court, yes, they have a very good team, and they have a chance of toppling Boston Celtics at the top of the Eastern Conference.
Now let's talk Milwaukee Bucks. I mean, last season it didn't work out with Dame and Giannis Antetokounmpo. At a point, they had to fire Coach Griffin and bring in Doc Rivers. They are new, they are fresh, they are coming off. Even though still Chris Middleton have not been able to recover from his lingering injury. What do you make of the Bucks?
The Bucks, they're a bit of an unknown commodity for now. Damian Lillard came in last year. We had sky high expectations, for Giannis, dominating the paint. Dame, obviously, being one of the greatest shooters in NBA history. We're expecting, a barrage of threes, and then domination by the Greek freak in the paint. But it didn't happen, as much as we thought it would. We didn't get to the heights that we expected to. But all the same, they had injuries. It wasn't as if they were all available all the time. And now they've had a year to play. Chemistry plays a big role in superstar pairings. So I believe that this year, once they're coming back, they have a full training camp. They have a full preseason, they can, gel a bit more. Hopefully, health-wise, they are able to stay healthy, stay on the court, and we'll see what will happen. But for me, I want to wait and see how they look like on the court for at least a few weeks before I make my predictions or projections.
Okay.
Because I believe that they have the talent on paper to be a challenge to the Celtics, but we'll have to see how it turns out or plays out on the court itself.
According to age, they are one of the oldest rosters in the NBA, from Giannis to Dame to Chris Middleton to the Lopez guy. I mean, so a lot of people believe age will be a factor. They have added one or two few additions, but they are not too scary as compared to about 3 or 4 years ago. Let's talk of New York Knicks. I call them the Nova Knicks. The blockbuster trade, Cards being brought in, Randall and Dante DiVincenzo shipped out.
The Knicks are going to be scary. I have to be honest with you. We are going to see, a lot of excitement in New York, in the Mecca, Madison Square Garden. I'll be excited to watch their games as much as I can. Karl Anthony Towns coming in, replacing Randall. Karl Anthony Towns, is more versatile. He can shoot a three. Probably the best or the greatest shooting big man in NBA history. He brings an offensive versatility that Julius Randle, although he's a good player, didn't have. So I'm excited to see Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, Karl Anthony Towns and those boys in New York, the other Nova boys, doing well. Obviously, DiVincenzo has had to leave the Nova squad, but they still have a very, very good team. Mikal Bridges, being on the wing is an exciting time to be a New York Knicks fan, and I believe that they are the second best team on paper now, the starting 5 after Boston Celtics.
Yes, that's according to, I was coming to that. Talking of the New York Knicks, you tip them the second best 5.
Yes.
I will put them first ahead of Boston.
That's
so the reason is 1, Jalen Brunson will do the 1 for me.
Yeah.
2, I can decide to put Josh Hart. 3, I can go with Mikal. 4, OG Anunoby. 5, Kat.
Okay.
Even though Kat doesn't like playing the 5.
We can play the 4 and then
yes,
Robinson can play the 5.
All this 4, Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges, and OG. These are dogs.
They are dogs.
If you look at Mikal Bridges and OG, they are one of the best guards. And these 2 can guard on any other day. Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum, even though when they decide to switch in Derrick White, they will still guard. The same way in Celtics, they have Derrick White and Jrue Holiday who can guard as well as switch as well. So I think for me, it will be interesting how, and we all know how Tom Thibodeau is a very defensive man.
It will be an intriguing matchup if they get to me, because Mazzulla is also like a brilliant offensive coach, knowing how to put players in positions just like him. So I think it's a fair take that you have, and I'm excited to see how it comes out in the season.
All right, so my wild cards in the East, I picked Orlando Magic, Cleveland Cavaliers. If you have one, you can equally bring it up as well. Let's do Orlando Magic. After the breakout of Paolo Banchero, now they have added KCP, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. I mean, together with the Wagner brothers.
Yes, in the NBA, once a team makes the playoffs, they start to get a confidence. The young players, once they enter, they feel the heat of the playoff atmosphere. They get a certain confidence. They get a certain, they grow. It's a growth process, and I believe that Paolo Banchero is at the point where he's learned from last year's experience. They've added KCP, a 2-time champion with the Denver Nuggets and the LA Lakers, and he's going to bring a championship pedigree. He's going to mentor the young guys, the young lads, give them the tips, and of winning in the NBA. He has the knowledge, he has the know-how. He's done before 2 times, and he has the knowledge, and he can impart the younger ones. I believe that with the starting 5 potential of Jalen Suggs, KCP, Franz Wagner, Paolo Banchero, and then Wendell Carter Jr., they have a chance of making at least the top 6 in the Eastern Conference. So that's a good wild card that you have there.
And Cleveland Cavaliers, they extended the contract of Donovan Mitchell. They have Darius Garland, Jarrett Allen, and of course the squad must choose. They have got a new coach as well. What do you make of the Cavaliers?
The Cavs will go as far as Donovan Mitchell takes them. For a small market team like Cleveland, it's hard to have superstars. Obviously, people say
free agents coming.
Free agents. No one wants to go to Cleveland. I mean, respectfully, no one wants to go to Cleveland. Yes, but now that they've had Donovan Mitchell decide to extend, that's fantastic news for the Cleveland Cavalier fans and the organization. And I believe that they have a good chance, health permitting. They have Darius Garland, who is a good, at the 2, he's a good guard. He can make some plays. They have Evan Mobley and the guys, Jarrett Allen, marshalling the paint. I believe they have a good chance to be at the very least a top 6, top 17 in the Eastern Conference. As far as Donovan Mitchell is healthy and firing on all cylinders, they are definitely a playoff team to watch.
So now I come to your wild card teams you are picking in the East.
Well, I'd say the Indiana Pacers. They have Tyrese Haliburton, who led the league in assists. He was taken to the Olympics. He didn't play much, but obviously it was a good learning experience. Playing with all those veterans, Steph, LeBron, KD, knowing how to win at the highest level. It was a great experience for him, and I feel like he can lead the league in assists once again. With the other guys, Miles Turner and all those other boys.
And they added Pascal Siakam.
Yes, Pascal Siakam playing as small forward. He's a borderline all-star. So I believe the Indiana Pacers are also a playoff team. Even if they might not be straight off playoff team, they might be a playing team, but they have a good squad. Looking forward to seeing them play this season.
I will give you another chance to pick one team. You have picked Indiana Pacers, another
wildcard team that we might be looking at. Obviously, the Miami Heat, the Dogs in South Bay.
Yeah, in South Bay.
Jimmy Butler, and Pat Riley and we know what the Heat are, the Heat culture. We know what they are about. They don't really bother about the regular season. They come alive during winning time in the playoffs. So we can never write them off. Obviously, Jimmy Butler has led them to 2 NBA finals, and none of us expected that. But obviously, the Heat culture, the discipline, the hard work, the great coaching by Coach Spo, and strongly that the Heat will definitely, at the very least, make the play-in tournament. That I believe. And once they make the play-in or the playoffs, I mean, no one can predict. The Heat, they can pull off a surprise at any moment. So the Heat, I also want to look for in the final playing spot.
Okay. So after watching Netflix TV on YouTube, remember to subscribe to the channel and make us number one. So we are doing Eastern Conference playing traits, player traits, the ins and outs, and of course we're coming to our predictions. So I want to start with mine. I'm picking my top 4 teams. Number 1 Boston, 2 Philly, 3 New York, and 4 Milwaukee. My wild cards are going to be 5 and 6. I'm feeling with Orlando and Cleveland. Playing, if I decide to put Pacers and Miami Heat, I hope I'm okay with that.
That's fine.
No disrespect to Chicago Bulls,
yes.
Atlanta Hawks, Detroit.
Yes.
I feel all those teams are way behind the borderline.
Obviously, Detroit. You know, they have the young lad, the guy who I think he just got a rookie extension. Yes. They are not going anywhere. Obviously, Chicago, they treated away DeRozan. They're not going anywhere. You know, the Hawks, they traded away DeJounte. Trae Young is available, but I mean, I don't think anyone is going to bet on them to make any noise. So I would say that my prediction for the top 8, I go with Boston for number 1, the New York Knicks number 2. I'll take Philadelphia 76ers number 3, and then I choose the Bucks, Milwaukee Bucks number 4. I have Cleveland at number 5.
Orlando.
And I'll take Orlando at 6.
So obviously it's like mine as well, but the difference is maybe in the order.
Yes.
So if I'm pushing you, say final Eastern Conference, which team are you tipping off?
It will depend on the seeding. Personally, for entertainment sake, I want to see the Boston Celtics against the New York Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals.
I would love to see a Boston Celtics and Philly. Ask me why.
Why?
Those two franchises has one of the most wild crowds in the NBA.
Yes, that's true.
Philly has a very good crowd in terms of like supporting.
Sports town, very rabid sports.
When you go to Boston, they support you, but their way of being racist as well.
That's an issue.
That the TV garden itself is a hell. So, I mean, it wouldn't be bad. It wouldn't be bad. But
I want to see. I really want to see Boston go against New York and Coach Tibbs and his defensive acumen. Yeah.
Any particular player you have in the East you want to have your eye on, probably watching or looking out in his team?
Well, I want to see Damian Lillard, how he performs. You know, because the expectations were incredible, were high coming in last year. He didn't really meet up, and I like Damian Lillard. I want him to succeed. I'm looking forward to him being a great start on Milwaukee. And if Damian Lillard is anywhere close to being Damian Lillard, the Bucks will have something to say about who comes out to the East. So Damian Lillard is my personally. I want to watch him succeed. I want him to be a success in Milwaukee. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
Okay, so I want to see the leap that Tyrese Maxey will take in this Philly journey. Even though last season he was extremely great, I want to see another leap in terms of maybe points per game and what have you. I mean, so this season we are in for a ride, and everybody. I think what will make this season so interesting is each and every game. It's more or less going to. I think the first week will be kind of trying to figure things out. But subsequently, if you don't start grinding results and getting the wins, and you wait till say the 40 games, you'll be lacking in your. You might be in trouble. So I think this season is going to be a very great season. The East is stuck, even though the West is more stuck than the East. But the East
is stuck.
Yes. It's not like those times that it was just top 3 teams in the East. All right, so Bobby, I want to say a very big thank you for gracing the show. Let's tell our viewers and our fans, wherever you are watching us, that Bobby will be coming to NBA stuff more on the channel. NBA news, updates, statistics, analytics, and what have you. You get to hear more of him in sports, football, NFL as well. He's a great NFL analyzer in Ghana here. You need to take note of. So this is where time will permit us. It's been nice coming your way with another edition of NBA on Netflix TV Weekend Sports Extra with me, Daniel Ejebwede. Remember, the show was proudly brought to you by Netflix himself. This is the channel, and of course, we saw Neo and Jesse doing production at the background. Remember to subscribe and make us number 1. Keep hope alive and keep making us number 1. It's bye bye for now.